Good day, guys. Join me as I give you guys updates on La Côte d'Ivoire and the dark side of La Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, as some of you might call it. We went on a journey to uncover, a journey to find out, and a journey to fish out what is really happening in the country of Ivory Coast, La Côte d'Ivoire. And on this fateful day, as you can see right here, this is the border between Ghana and La Côte d'Ivoire. And it was a great experience when we got to the border, trying our possible best to make our way into the country of Ivory Coast. After some challenges at the border, we were being told to pay, from paying this amount to paying the next amount. Even though we had Ghanaian passports, we had to pay several fees, which was very frustrating to enter into the country of La Côte d'Ivoire. Finally, as you can see here, we made it to La Côte d'Ivoire, and this is how we were able to move from the border to Abidjan in La Côte d'Ivoire. And mind you, the reason why we embarked on this journey was to fish out information concerning rumors which has been going on for some weeks, for some months, about the president of La Côte d'Ivoire, Alassane Ouattara, being impeached, or a coup which has happened in La Côte d'Ivoire. Some are saying it is just rumors. Others are also saying it is something which is happening in 2025. And we thought it wise to go into La Côte d'Ivoire to find out for ourselves. This is Abidjan, looking very beautiful as you see on the screens. And upon getting to Abidjan, Ivory Coast, we had to head straight to where we would be resting and where we will be having communications with some people to find out every information we need to know as Africans. Guys, mind you, like I stated earlier, the rumors which has been going on in the country of Ivory Coast concerning the president Alassane Ouattara being kidnapped or being under a coup in Ivory Coast were all rumors. And upon having communications with some of the native of La Côte d'Ivoire, they made us aware that the rumors we heard all over Africa about a coup which happened in Ivory Coast wasn't true. And what actually happened was there was a bit of a misunderstanding between the taxi services of the country and the government, in which the government is trying to handle every activities of the taxi drivers to a private company. The drivers union in Ivory Coast didn't buy the idea, and according to them, they prefer to operate their taxi services as a private venture instead of going under a contract with the government or a private investor. And due to this misunderstanding, gunshots were heard in some parts of Ivory Coast. And right after the gunshots, it appeared that the news had to break all over Africa that there's been a coup in La Côte d'Ivoire, which wasn't true. Now, let's talk about the president of Ivory Coast, Alassane Ouattara. The president of La Côte d'Ivoire, Alassane Ouattara, who is currently in his third term as an Ivory Coast president, despite the constitution of Ivory Coast stating it clearly that every president has only 2 terms to stay in office. The president of La Côte d'Ivoire, one way or the other, Alassane Ouattara, has been able to amend the constitution, and he's currently running on a 3rd term in Ivory Coast, hoping to stay for a 4th term as president. Some natives of this very noble country are not in support of this decision. And in recent time, it has really created so much controversies in the country of Ivory Coast, with the people of the country of Ivory Coast, some of them stating it clearly that they see no reason why Alhassan Ouattara should stay for a fourth term. We spoke to a gentleman who made it clearly and known to us that this is democracy, this is not a family business. And if, as a president, you've been in office for 3 terms, which you are not even allowed to be in office for 3 terms, and you want to be in office for term 4, they see it as something which shouldn't be condoned. The country of Ivory Coast, La Cote d'Ivoire, will be going into an election in October 2025. And hopefully, there are vast number of citizens of Ivory Coast who are currently looking at ways and means to get Alhassan Ouattara out of office. Some people are stating that Alhassan Ouattara, the president of Ivory Coast, is a puppet to France, and activities which has been going on in recent years has not been favoring citizens of this noble country. In a twist of a turn, we spoke to a lady who spoke to us undercover, and according to this lady, they've tried so much, they've tried whichever possible ways they can to elect a new president, to push a new president into office, but coincidentally and mysteriously, any president who tries or who comes into limelight to overthrow the current president, Alhassan Ouattara, will one way or the other be unalived or missing in action. This has really raised concerns in the country of Ivory Coast. And as we speak now, the country is in a standstill awaiting election in October. Few days ago, there have been protests in Ivory Coast of some people in the country calling on the Electoral Commission to add up some members who were supposed to be candidates of the electoral process but has been disqualified for reasons which doesn't make sense to the people. According to them, they see all this to be manipulations from Alhassan Ouattara, who would always find ways and means to cut short ambitions of others, which is going to disturb his plans to be in office forever till death in Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast is a country which the whole world will need to watch in this coming months. And hopefully, we just pray for the safety of La Cote d'Ivoire. We pray for the safety of the Ivorian people. And we will be giving you guys updates from time to time. It has been Ghana Boy reporting all the way from Ivory Coast. Shalom.